Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Dracthyr Evokers, and more specifically we're going to talk about Dracthyr Evokers in pre-patch and how to gear them up, the best routes of gearing up and all that good stuff. But before we jump into all the methods of gearing up for your Dracthyr Evoker, just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Beta, Dragonflight Launch, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Right, so yes, the Dracthyr Evokers are coming to the game 2 weeks before the launch of Dragonflight. The Dracthyr Evokers will launch with the Phase 2 of the pre-patch on November 15th in the NA region and November 16th in the EU. To play a Dracthyr Evoker, you will need to pre-purchase Dragonflight, and that will give you access to the Dracthyr Evoker and their starting zone. But we will end up having this odd period of 2 weeks where the Dracthyr Evokers are capped out at level 60, and there's going to be some ways of gearing up, and we're going to talk about those in this video. So let's talk about the starting experience. So the starting experience for the Dracthyr Evoker is the Forbidden Reach. Now, leaving this starting experience will put you at item level 228. This has increased from beta. This has got a lot better than it was. I think before it was like 180, but yes, now around about 228. Depends on upgrades that you get throughout your starting experience, because the quest rewards do have a chance to upgrade to epic, so it's all to do with luck. But on my run through, it was 228 coming out of that starting experience. Now, if you want to, there is obviously the regular method of gearing up, so you can do it through Mythic Plus, or Raids, or Mythic Zeros, or Heroics and normal modes. Those options are still available all the way up to the Dragonflight launch, but yeah, that's obviously group activities if you want to do that, and probably, to be honest, if you have a guild or a group of people that you play with, this is maybe going to be one of your easiest ways of gearing up. But if you don't have the pleasure of that, we're going to talk about the other routes of gearing. So, PvP. If you like PvP, or if you just want to get some honor gear, you can do that with your Dracthyr Evoker. Now, you can't get a full set of honor gear, but you can get cloaks and necklaces and rings and trinkets and things like that, and that will be item level 229 and can be upgraded to item level 268 with honor. Obviously, you can get the conquest versions of those as well, which are at a much higher item level. But obviously, as mentioned, you won't get a set because they do not have a Shadowlands Season 4 item set. So no set pieces for the Evokers there. Obviously, as well, you're going to want to get a Shadowlands Covenant. Yes, the Dracthyr Evokers do have a Covenant ability. This is called Boon of the Covenants. It is the same across the board for all of the Covenants. It just slightly changes in color. From that, if you want to be more powerful, you can get your Renown up and get your Conduits, because the Dracthyr Evoker also do have a few Conduits available. But yeah, that's just another option to kind of get your character more powerful during the pre-patch. However, once you get to the Dragon Isles, Conduits and Renown and things like that will be disabled, so yeah, it's completely up to you. Once you have your Covenant and Renown and things like that, you can go to Zereth Mortis. Obviously, there is a Zereth Mortis skip that will put you up to the point of like Chapter 3, I think, or something like that, and you can go and get the 226 Anima gear for 500 Anima. You can send that across alts if you like, but as mentioned, you are probably going to be around 228, so there might be only 1 or 2 pieces that you need from this, depending on how lucky you got with upgrades, but for the most part, this Anima gear is going to be pretty much pointless for your Dracthyr Evoker. However, Zereth Mortis does provide some other gearing methods, including the Sandworn Relic gear, which is available for the Dracthyr, which is a little bit harder, but if you have loads of that currency left over on an alt, you can now send that across to them. And also the Cypher gear is available to the Dracthyr Evokers as well, and this will max out at 252. However, you will need to do the Cypher of the First One system, which is a bit long, so yeah, there's other ways of doing it, but Zereth Mortis is an option if that's something you want to do during the 2-week period. Another pretty easy option here also is crafted gear. You can get a lot of crafted gear from the auction house. You can get 1 piece of 262 gear. Obviously, Dracthyr Evokers wear mail, so keep an eye out for that. You can buy those on the auction house for fairly cheap, or get someone to craft them for you. You can also get some 233 gear for extremely cheap on the auction house if you want to just kind of bump up your item level very slightly from that starting zone. And of course, Legendaries. Legendaries are available to the Dracthyr Evokers, including the Unity Legendary, so you can wear 2 pieces of 291 gear. The Legendary powers available to the Evoker are basically just the generic ones that you got throughout Shadowlands, and they'll be available to your Dracthyr to make Legendaries with. And of course, the Unity Legendary, which does affect their Boon of the Covenants ability. However, in Dragonflight, Legendaries will be disabled, but a 291 piece is pretty good to have. Also, you're going to need Soul Ash, Soul Cinders, and Cosmic Flux. These can be sent from a main as well. I believe the Soul Ash and Soul Cinders can be bought and traded from Korthia, and these Cosmic Flux can be bought and traded from Zereth Mortis. So if you have a bunch of that on a main or another character, you can easily send that across to your Evoker, and you won't need to go into Torghast or do a lot of Zereth Mortis content to create your 291 Legendary. Another way of gearing during the pre-patch is The pre-patch event. Yes, the pre-patch event will be launching on November 15th or 16th, depending on your region, with the Dracthyr Evokers. This is the Primal Storms. If you want to know more about that, I have a full video going over the whole event, but the long short of it is essentially there is invasions in different zones in Badlands, in Terrestrial Glades, in Northern Barrens, and Ungoro Crater. During these events, you can go over there and kill some NPCs to get some Primeval Essence, which is a brand new currency, and kill bosses. Now, the currency is used to purchase gear at item level 252. You get a lot of this currency. It's definitely very easy to come by, so this is a pretty easy way of gearing up very, very quickly if you're into that kind of thing. Just go to the invasions, kill some NPCs, buy the loot from the vendor, rinse and repeat. There's also bosses that do drop the items as well, so keep an eye out for those. And this currency is also account-wide, so if you don't want to do it on an Evoker, you don't have to. You can do it on your main and then send the currency across to an Evoker to purchase this 252 gear. It's very ult-friendly, it's very easy to do, and I think people will have a lot of fun with it when the event is active. So keep an eye on that on the map. Also during the pre-patch there'll be the revamped Uldaman Legacy of Tyr dungeon. This dungeon does drop 278 items and is queuable through the dungeon finder. Also there is a quest that reward a weapon. This weapon will be 278 as well, which will be perfect for your Evoker. So make sure you do Uldaman at least once just to get that weapon from the quest, because that is going to be a big upgrade for you. And as mentioned, 278 from the dungeon as well, so if you want to just run through that, get some of the gear, it's another great option to do. And finally, one last path of gearing during this time is the anniversary event. Yes, WoW's 18th anniversary event will be running from right now until the launch of Dragonflight. This includes world bosses all around the world, which drop 272 items, which are going to be fantastic for your fresh Dracthyr Evoker. These bosses include Doomwalker, Lord Kazakh, the Dragons of Nightmares, and of course Zeragos. I have a full video going over the event as well. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link below or in the top right of the video right now. But essentially, yes, you want to go kill these bosses daily to get a chance at 272 loot for your Dracthyr. This is going to be one of the easiest ways to get your Dracthyr Evoker geared up, and some unique transmogs as well. Not that transmog looks that great on Evokers, but yeah, good fun. You can kind of soar over to the bosses as well if you really want to. It's all great fun. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know down below if you know any other methods of gearing up your Dracthyr Evoker during the pre-patch. I think I covered pretty much everything that is available right now. Obviously, it's worth noting that the 229 item level isn't actually that bad. If you just want to do the start zone for your Evoker and park him up ready for the Dragon Isles, that's a method as well. You don't have to gear it up. This is just something to do during the 2-week Phase 2 pre-patch for your Evoker, but if you do just want to, go in standard, you should be fine for the most part. Maybe get up to 250 if you can do that, get some pre-patch gear. You don't have to be massively like in the 300s or anything like that. Most of the Dragon Isle stuff does fall over very, very quickly, and you replace some of that gear relatively quickly on the Dragon Isles as well. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Before I go, let's give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. We are approaching Dragonflight pre-patch very, very soon, so we're going to be streaming that over on the Twitch as well as the beta, all the way up to launch on November 28th, and then we'll of course stream the launch. So guys, if you want to check me out on Twitch, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.